International NGO Doctors Without Borders says at least 4 people have been killed in a bombing of one of its hospitals in war-torn Yemen. I'm joined now live by Raquel Ayora. She's the Director of Operations at Doctors Without Borders. Raquel, thank you so much for joining us on RT International today. Can you give us an update on those casualty figures and the extent of the damage to your hospital in the country?
Yeah, well, the toll is a bit higher now. We can confirm the 5 dead people. We have referred several injured to our other hospital in Sada, in the city. Some of them are in critical condition, are still in critical condition. And what we can say right now is that the hospital is not longer functioning. Has been a really decrease in its services to the civilian population over the last months. We were running only life-saving and essential services, and currently, right now, there is no capacity to provide medical assistance in this hospital at all.
And of course, the cause of this bombing hasn't yet been confirmed, but as far as we understand, there were planes seen flying overhead at the time of the attack. Could this be an indication that perhaps the Saudi-led coalition could have been responsible for what happened?
We cannot go beyond what we have already said in our press release. What we know is that the hospital was hit by a projectile. It's true that our staff members confirmed that planes were flying over the city just at the moment of the attack, but we cannot confirm the origin of the projectile. So let me stick to what we have said, because it will be uncautious from our side to say that. But it's true that that is not the first time that we have confronted the same problem that has been already reported to the Saudi authorities, and well, we have to wait for this to be confirmed later.
Of course, and you mentioned that the event that took place last month as well, when your organisation did blame the Saudi-led coalition for the bombing of one of your clinics in another part of Yemen. Why do you feel that facility was targeted? We
don't know if it was indeed a targeted situation or it was a mistake. We cannot confirm that either. What we know is that it's a hospital in an area that provides essential services to a population that is suffering enormously from the consequences of these conflicts. As we have mentioned previously, we are in very fluent contacts with all the warring parties, and it's really difficult for us to explain ourselves. And I guess it's going to be difficult for the authors of this incident to explain how this happened once again. And what we can confirm is that this is a trend that is happening more and more in the last few months, and that's delivering essential medical and humanitarian assistance in Yemen, as in other countries, is becoming almost impossible.
And as far as you're currently aware, is anybody actually investigating this attack? And I mean, can we actually expect anybody to be held accountable ultimately for what's happened and for this terrible loss of life?
We haven't received so far any feedback from any of our contacts in the different lines of command. So we cannot confirm that an investigation has been launched. Of course, we ask for that to happen. We have been informed that in previous incidents, this has been the procedure, and this investigation has been launched. But so far, concerning this last incident, we don't have any confirmation of that been happening already.
And of course, as you mentioned earlier, one of your hospitals in Afghanistan was recently targeted in the last few months, or was hit rather, by missile fire. Why do you feel that Washington refused to carry out an independent investigation? We know that there was an internal probe which established some sort of facts around the incident, but there was no independent investigation. Do you feel there are any reasons behind that?
But we can only guess, no? But what we can say is that so far, and up to our knowledge, this is the case for all the incidents, no? That there is no independent investigation being carried out regarding any of the incidents that MSF has been suffering in the last months. This also goes for the incidents that we have suffered in Syria. No? Some of our hospitals, supported hospitals, MSF supported hospitals, have also been hit in Syria, and this is also the case. We have asked also for investigations to take place as independent as possible, and up to acknowledge this is not happening.